So how it works is you make a list of the companies and organizations you care about that you're excited about. That could be brands, agencies, products. I know this approach works really well for me because I care a lot about the company I work for and a little bit less about what I do. I'm able to do a lot of things. I like doing a lot of different kinds of things, but I really have to believe in the mission of an organization that I work for. So this has always been my favorite approach because I care a lot about where I work. And also because that means that the people I work with are going to be people that I get along with. And I'm very like mission oriented. So this works well for me. It doesn't work for everyone else. If you're like, I want to be I want to work in product management, don't care where, doesn't really matter. This might not be the right approach. Could be, but might not be. Okay. So first, you make a list of the companies, you find their websites, and you go to careers or work with us. Sometimes it's kind of hidden. Oftentimes, it's all the way down here at the bottom in this careers section, or, there's lots of different names, but you have to look around the company page a little bit to find it. This is from Techstars, a company I really, really love that accelerates usually like social good tech companies. And first, just check if there's any internship opportunities. That's the first thing to do. So let's say I go to techstars.com. Let me stop sharing this and I'll share this other. Okay, so I'm going to share this Techstars careers. Okay, so I go to Techstars, I find their career page, and then let's say I look down and I say, okay, they both have jobs in their network, which is all their portfolio companies, as well as just the ones at Techstars. And I might do a little just search to see internships. And okay, cool. They have several internships here. So there's a founder intern that's in Baltimore. Okay, Techstars in Knoxville. That's okay. What's that? Marketing intern. Okay. Sports intern, fascinating. So that's one way if they have a lot of openings, just kind of find the internships quickly. But oftentimes they're not going to have, they're not going to have internships. Some companies don't post it. So if that's the case, then you'll have to go to option B, right? So the ideal case is you go and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. They have internships. That's great. I'll apply. But in the case that they don't, then that's where we go into the informational interviews, the kind of networking part of it. And that's where you find people who work there and you can outreach to them, either on LinkedIn or if on their company page they have their emails and a way to reach out to them. This is a sample email. Obviously, use the tone that works for you and use the kind of outreach method that feels right to you. The way that this will work best is if it's genuine and true, and that you're actually asking them for a conversation out of curiosity to learn more. And then when you do actually talk to them, here's a nice little video about informational interviews. Ask these questions, and this often leads to opportunities, whether it's in that company or in a sister company, or it just kind of leads you down to this like new it leads you down this rabbit hole and you just keep following, keep tugging on that string to find new opportunities that would be aligned. So questions like, do you have any advice for me? What next steps? Are there opportunities? If you were me, what would you do? Do you have any ideas for anyone else I should talk to? Those kinds of things that prompt them to help you. Okay. So the pros of this approach is you meet people, you get exposed to different opportunities, and it's more likely if there's alignment, because there probably is, because you are actually finding the companies that you care about, that it'll be a good match. And it's also great for smaller companies. Like you probably won't be doing this at Google. You're not going to be just outreaching, being like, hey, do you have an internship for me? They'll be like, look at our internship page. But this could work well for smaller organizations, nonprofits, startups, those kinds of places. This kind of thing works a lot better. Okay. Cons are that they just may not have a budget, they may not have openings, they may not have opportunities. So it could be a dead end, but at least you will have made a connection. It can be time intensive at the beginning because it's a lot of kind of trial and error. And it requires reaching out to people, which can be scary, honestly. And sometimes it's hard to secure a paid internship in this way because it's a lot easier to ask, hey, would you take me to work for you for 3 months? That's easier than saying, hey, will you take me to work for you for 3 months and pay me? It has worked in the past. It's possible. But it is a harder ask to say, hey, can I both work for you and can you pay me? But like I said, it's not absolutely not going to happen, right?